my love.
That same studio, Joe Gibbs, also presses and packages its own records.
Keep your mouth shut and don't say a word, y'all.
Big studios control the business in Jamaica.
No one in their wildest dreams would ever have thought that a small island like Jamaica has now been able to create a music that is part of the mainstream.
We need it, we must have it.
So the people began to get fed up at this no dance with another dance. So in the intermission, they made a mistake. They agreed that the first sound system should play in the intermission. That was the end of them. I never turned back. It was all about rhythm and blues.
Because the time has come and we can have some fun, so take a run. You know, it was just a simple song and the people them jumped to it and, you know, going around. Whoa, 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 we're independent, and, you know, flash them hand and it was great.
After that night, you had to play ska for the party to be successful. It was unbelievable. Everyone gravitated to it. This was something new, and I noticed something too. They had pride. When they looked at it, they said, "This is ours."
We got anything else? What else we have? I mean, the middle class or the upper class can buy a ticket and go to Miami or somewhere like that. That's all you have. You don't know anything else.
The popularity of the Great Sebastian sound system would quickly draw imitators. The ensuing competition between the rival sound systems in Jamaica,
and they became the first superstars of ska, the Scatolites.
Oh yes, the Scatolites. That was Johnny Moore. He is touring France now. And Lester Sterling, he's in America. Tommy McCook was very good at that. He was a saxophonist. You had Dom Drummonds. He was very quiet. He loved his instrument. And when he was still in school, he was about the best trombonist in Jamaica.
Scatterlights were a great set of people. At the time, they were the masters. They were learned musicians. They were not just people who played music by, by the breath. They were doing it by the paper. And we, the Wailers, were really enthused to have been working with the Scatterlights.
Alpha Boys School is a school that caters to the unfortunate. It teaches them trades that they can earn a living after they leave here, and some go abroad. I think you met Rico Rodriguez, he's a trombonist.
My mother couldn't angle me no more, and that's the way I end up in Alpha. Maybe she feel I'm more protected up there. The young man, him grow very quick, him, you know what I mean? Him become very wise very quickly. You understand? Cause life, tough life, life hard.
And a woman come and dance the ska. And I'm watching that woman dance and we see she kick back. And when we finish playing go out, I hear the woman die. They take her out, she scans it till she dropped down and dead. Serious thing, man.
But so the ska killer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Scatterlight carry a heartbeat.
Meet me and they invite me over to England in '68, and I see what the people love. England is the gateway to real reggae music.
The English market became essential to Jamaican producers with its large and by now settled Caribbean community.
When I went to London, Bob Andy and myself, that was when I first learned that Feel Like Jumping was also a big song in England. We were just in Jamaica not knowing what was happening.
What was happening was that by the late 60s, companies like Trojan Records had spotted the large underground following that had developed for this new reggae pop music.
White kids that were hanging out with the black kids from the same areas grew up on the music, we were all hearing it. And
it was just the fashion and the youth culture of the day.
Well, that was it.
We
only had the youth clubs. Nobody was old enough to go to nightclubs anyway.
That's it.
Reggae was everywhere. Dozens of studios sprang up and sheer volumes saturated the market. Producers needed a new outlet for the music.
You'd have a song, man, 1 year straight. Sell it for 1 year, not a little thing like some tune come and just sell for 1 month and done. Them tune they sell and never ever die. People still buying them. My biggest sales in this store is all this. And I have everything up to date, I'm up to date.
Another group of youngsters signed by Coxsone were the Wailers, Bunny Wailer, Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. In 1964, within a year of Studio One's opening, they sold an astonishing 70,000 copies of Simmer Down.
Trenchtown. It was vibrant with a lot of activities. The place was like a, what do you call it, like a Piccadilly, like Hollywood. Music as being the center of attraction.
everybody was singing like a family. So if the Soulettes have a recording, you'd have Bob, Peter Bunny, Delroy, you know, guys from the Paragons, everybody would come to give background support. If the Wailers have a session sometime, you would have the Ask Us girls come work with us tonight. We have 2 tunes doing listening, look at all the harmony. So that was like fun. We weren't being paid because Coxsone, we didn't get money that time. Sometimes we get money to buy us a patty or cocoa bread, and if we're going on Fridays we would get a pound or 30 shilling or something like that. But we didn't have a problem.
Motown. That's where all the great artists, you know, we say they graduate at this place, Studio One. It was like a 9 to 5 job. We went there early morning and we would record all day.
When I went in there at 7, I used to live at Mr. Dad's house with his children. Yeah. So every morning, I'd go to the studio with him and open the studio. He would pick up an assistant. His name is Bim Bim.
Yeah, Bim Bim.
Pick up Bim Bim first. We'll go to the studio, we'll open the studio and make his rounds. Every day we'll close the studio every night.
Listen to a Dionne Warwick song and try to sing it exactly as Dionne did it. If you are a group, you try to study the Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. If there was a group who comes from abroad to our shores, we would want to go and see them because they have something to teach us.
It was a permanent place that people recorded almost every day. We were always free to go there and record whenever we feel like. And these are the kind of facilities that you got that made it a special place, you know, because it's like home, musically.
Is that the first time I've been to your home? What is the first time?
Studio One is like Jamaica's Motown. That's where all the great artists, you know, we say they graduate at this place, Studio One. It was like a 9 to 5 job. We went there early
like
morning.
heaven.
Just like in the old days of the sound system, Coxsone constantly needed new sounds to stay ahead. Every Sunday morning, young hopefuls gathered in his yard, hawking their songs and looking for a shot at the big time.
The longest liver will see the moon.
Listen to all them guys go up and sing, you know, and every time, but you know, we would sing around the side, you know, and they would say, you're so good in it, you know. And every time them say, your turn, man. So no, make them go on, make them go on.
When I saw Coxsone himself did an audition, right? Or some auditions too, before I started that. And he would tell artists that he figured weren't ready or didn't want them back. He said, okay, come back 7 years' time, you know?
It was 6 o'clock in the evening. I was the last person to go up. You know, the place was still packed up. And, you know, my first song, you got to be sure of a woman's love. And everybody crowd around, man. Everybody say, you the voice, yo. You the voice. Everyone crowd around, you know, and Mr. Dad say, nice. And the Tuesday, I'm going to do my first 2 songs.
Dum 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 boom boom dum 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 dum.
Really into reggae. I mean, they are branded now as what you call a neo-Nazi group that don't like black people and Jews. In my time, I was being protected by the skinheads. Look, I've been to a town that was like Guildford was a racist town in my time. And this guy said to me, hi, Mr. Black. So I said, hi, Mr. White. And he spit in my face. I said, what the heck? So the kids wanted us to beat him. But I said, no, forget it, man. I just wiped the spit off and that was it.
If our music had an open door, like, let's say, a freeway, we could break wide in any part of the world. Because we have class music like anyone.
There was no thought of any money or anything else more than honesty, sincerity, and purity. And that is what I think that music is full of. That, you know, that is why it's lasting so long.
Rhythm of the music.
We're talking about the West Indian generation, the first generation of migrants who came to Britain. Music is central to that culture. People sing in the morning, sing at night, sing at work, and the rhythm of life is lived through music.
UK and Europe. If you unloaded the wagon with 16 bass boxes, even before anybody had heard anything, you were the man, do you know what I mean? And they wanted to hear your sound.
Don't care how you feel sad sit in your house and you feel sad, you feel the whole house going to fall on you. If you have a little music in your house, you put on 2 tunes, you know, you start to play. It hype you up.
There wasn't anything great happening for reggae. The radio was playing like a lot of calypso, Byron Lee. Most of the announcers, they really didn't align themselves with the poorer classes.
We in town and tell the people about the musical disc coming your way.
The 2 songs was playing on the radio, but believe me, I never even believed them won't go away at all, because to me, it's just 2 more tunes we're going to just play, and after a while.
Time to let the world know how much I need you so. Still I want the world to know. Gee, we I never let you go, you know. Go to be good, be good.
Lee Perry, who had an acquaintance also with the UK through the Upsetters band. And we did that experiment also with him, which also turned out to be pirate and bootleg and unfair situation where we didn't get none out of that.
Ganja and music reggae from Jamaica. That's what Jamaica have to give. Jamaica means Jesus Christ. He give you the drum. And this is Marcus Garvey. Yes, Selassie did not die in Egypt. He's on my head.
Salvador Dali says, no one has to understand whether I am serious or joking, not even me. And I think that is the ultimate in artistic freedom. Well, Lee Perry is another one. Lee Perry says, you must remember, everything starts from scratch.
The original rock from Egypt, and I was there from the time when God did wonderful, beautiful Egypt for his people.
He's a professor at work in his lab, and he makes music out of anything. He takes a quart bottle, and he throws water in, and he knocks, bip, bip, bip. You get 1 note, dubs that on.
Then I am Moses.
Then he puts some more water in.
Where is my rod?
He gets a different sound. Bit, bit, bit. Then he puts that on. And by the time you fill that bottle, you have about 5 tracks of 5 different sounds. Then he mixes those into one. The guy's a genius.